Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Free For All, your free-to-play series part of the 2025 Hell Hades Free-to-Play Challenge. We welcome you. Okay, so we're in the middle of a clan boss run. We're going to see how well we can finally run it on camera. I think I've had one all the way up to about 24 million. So we're making a little bit of progress. We're getting a little bit of stats in the champs. We're doing all the good stuff. But while that's running, we decided to pull our primal shards because we have a 2x primal. Let's see what happened. Okay. Now, we only had 2 of them. And right about at this point, I'm freaking out because we finally hit gold. Heck yeah. Unfortunately, it ended up being a war chief. Okay, so now war chief, not the best of the bunch that we could have hoped for, and then a marksman is obviously just trash as well. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to the end of this run so we can see how we did, and then we'll discuss a little bit more about that war chief. So once again, on camera, the clan boss team continues to disappoint. This has been definitely on the lower end of what I've been able to accomplish lately. It is what it is. All right, so we didn't do hardly any of our dailies in this count last night rather. But let's go ahead and take a peek at War Chief. So during the champion training tournament, we ended up taking Neldor to 6-star before we got the War Chief. Man, I don't know. He's definitely like an elite provoker. And especially in terms of single target, because it's like attack one enemy, each hit has 25% chance of placing a provoke, up to 35%, and then each hit also heals this champion with the lowest HP by 3% of this champ's HP. And then steals all buff from the target, places a provoke debuff on them for 3 turns, also has 50% chance of placing a provoke on them for 1 turn, then places a shield on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield is equal to this champion's defense. And then a passive, whenever an ally under a shield buff is hit by an enemy, heals that ally by 25% of the damage dealt to the shield. Increases this champion's defense by 10% for each enemy under a provoke debuff. Will also increase this champion's defense by 5% for each enemy not under a provoke. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a good provoker, great provoker. He's obviously going to be super elite when it comes to Hydra and keeping the head of decay, that provoking head, on lockdown. But really, what else is he bringing? Like, the shield is nice. Definitely shield is nice. Yeah, as you can see, ratings just are kind of all trash. They're just not that very good, and Hydra is about the best. This is what we're gonna get. So I don't know. We'll see the extent of the use that we put him to. I mean, he's a cool looking champion. Like, his head mask is way sweet. But I think I can probably just get more use out of Morag, considering we actually already have a very good provoker in Skaramis. I actually think Skaramis is just straight up better than War Chief. But we currently have him in a bolster set. I think that seemed good. We found a defensive set and then HP Immortal. Found some half-decent gloves for him. And actually, these top pieces weren't too bad. HP, defense, and speed. Double roll of accuracy, which he's going to need some accuracy. Double roll of speed with accuracy. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think he's going to be in a good fit. We'll find him. We'll probably get him up there. I don't know. But we did 6-star Neldor in the time being. We got him to 300 accuracy, kind of finally, just from leveling some gear up slowly but surely. Yeah, and we don't have him stacked up for any damage or anything like that. He's strictly out there to decrease speed. Got a couple books in him as well. We only care about this ability, so it kind of stinks that it went into this. But these abilities are good and fine. And a 4-hitter coming back on 3 turns is going to be great. We use him in the Fire Knight. We need this to be, honestly, on a 3-turn, but I guess we'll take it out of 4 turn. Okay, so we also had the monthly reset on the Hell Hades 2025 challenge, and you know, I'm pretty impressed with how we've done so far. You know, and I mentioned this before, the number of Great Hall development, I've like tried to push that a little bit, but Classic Arena is so horrible. Same with Faction Wars. Like, it's just not very interesting to me to just build up a bunch of champions that I'm going to feed anyway and try to put them in and get some faction crypts going. So a lot of this, honestly, I've just kind of ignored, realistically. Like, I'm not trying to get the fastest champion, nor do I have, you know, a champion with a really high base speed that we're going to be able to push through into there. For some reason, normal campaign, I've moved up. That doesn't make any sense. You know, here we've gotten a run, but the problem is it's been on my phone. I don't play on the computer, really, actually, hardly at all. Phone or my iPad. And so I've gotten a run of like 24, 25 mil. So I think I would be top 11 here, but obviously I didn't get the points because the 2-month not reset, but the 2-month bonuses would have came out on Friday. And so it looks like I did get beat out barely in Dragon Hard 5, and so I'm probably 11th here. Somebody moved up ahead of me into Ice Golem, and I finished 2nd in that. Fire Knight 3rd. I think I'm going to be able to beat 25 now that I have Neldor leveled. We're way behind on Spider, and then somebody did beat me out on the Sand Devil. But either way, I finished top 2 or 3 in a variety of different modes. I think that's going to be a lot of good extra points. So let's see where we ended up kind of on the total leaderboards after 2 months. Okay, so we moved up a few spots, it looks like. So it looks like we're at like 65-13, quite a bit behind 25th. But I mean, I'll take 26th. That's not really half bad. I'm fairly kind of content with that, realistically, just knowing that I'm kind of playing this like I play all my accounts, and I'm not like going... I went really hard in the first couple weeks trying to make sure I keep some level of pace, but holy cow, look at these people just absolutely cruising by me. Absolutely murdering me. All right. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at with the challenge. Okay, so what I decided to do is look up the Lord Entertainer Fabian. He's the upcoming fusion. He's going to start in like a couple different days. I saw that he has petrification. I felt like it was important that we read his kit. So each hit steals 10% of the target's turn meter and then places a True Fear debuff. For 2 turns if the target's turn meter is fully depleted. Attacks one enemy, places a petrification debuff for 1 turn, and then has 75% chance of placing a True Fear debuff for 2 turns on all other enemies who are not under fear or True Fear. And then has a passive effect. Okay, so it's got a passive effect. Activates this skill whenever an enemy is under a fear or True Fear debuff successfully uses a skill. So if multiple champions on this team with this skill, only one will activate. So you put a True Fear on it. It either fears your turn away. Nothing happens, besides they miss their turn. But if they do get their turn, they do this and basically petrify them. That's pretty good. Attacks all enemies before attacking, has a 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns, and has a 75% chance of increasing the cooldown of all enemy skills by 3 turns, and then grants an extra turn if there are no buffs on the enemy team after this attack. Book's 100. Okay, that's very good also. Holy cow. Okay, and then passive. Ghost with the most. Whenever this enemy is revived, places a True Fear debuff on that enemy for 2 turns. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, this effect will activate once. And it's going to remove any stun, fear, or freeze, provoke, True Fear, and petrification from this champion. So he can't be CC'd. Yikes, dude. He gonna be good. Holy cow. Alright, so you're catching me back on the main. What's the point of that? Well, folks, I can do that clan boss key in a little bit. I haven't been playing it a lot. I have been running my what do you call it? I have been running my keys for Hydra, Chimera, and also Clan Boss, making sure we're just kind of staying up. And I pulled some shards at some events and things like that. But what I wanted to do is kind of go through here and just notice that, you know what? There's no Warlord in here. There's no Yumiko. Nothing like that. Why am I bringing up Warlord and Yumiko? Well, for the uninformed, those champions are pretty rare in terms of they have certain abilities, and they're abilities that I desperately want. And its abilities, like hers is a little bit unique because it decreases and increases cooldown. So decreases the cooldown of ally skills with 3 turns, happens to increase, and then also increases the cooldown of enemy skills by 3 turns. And then Warlord is attacks all enemy, and then has it's this one. It's this one. No, it is this one. And then has a 100% chance to put each target skills on cooldown. Now this new High Lord is going to be, I think, better because it's going to strip buffs and then also potentially give an extra turn while putting it on a 3-turn cooldown, and I don't have that ability on my account yet. I think this champion's super busted, and I think I need this champion on my main account. My main account's in pretty good shape still. I still have XPs, which is wild. Like, I haven't played hard for weeks. And I think what that means is it's going to be the end of free-for-all. I've kind of thought I would be able to play that free-for-all account for a lot longer than what it is going to. But over the last few weeks, I've kind of noticed me wanting to play with my higher level account more and more, to the point where I'm just kind of going through the motions with the free-for-all account. And so I think this is probably just going to be it. I think the fusion is going to start on Monday. There is a need to make sure that we're primed and ready to go for that. So going through and making sure that this account has everything necessary, even though I'm very confident that it does. And so I believe that this is going to be it. We're going to start that fusion on Monday, and I just don't believe that between work, my bachelor party's coming up also soon, and also running the Solely Voids account, I just don't think I'll have the time to adequately move through and work with 3 accounts. 2 has been about my limit, and so I think that's just the decision I am going to be making. Like, I have to get this account back to the point where it's at least in gold. Classic Arena, I'm in silver. Tag Team Arena, I'm at the bottom of the barrel in Live Arena, and I need to start working this account back up and getting a champion that is, in my opinion, can't miss. Arena champion, those are few and far between, so when the opportunity presents itself, I think I have to go for it. So what I wouldn't mind you guys doing is telling me down below, what do you think? Are you happy about that? Are you sad about that? Should I start making more content with my main? Because previously I actually didn't make any content with my main. I would just do solely voids, and every now and then I would do something. I did have a series main account Monday I could try to bring back where I cover what I've been doing on the main account, typically on Mondays, obviously, but otherwise that's kind of it. Kind of a sad way for it all to go down, but it is what it is. Otherwise, folks, that is going to be the whole video today. Always appreciate you guys stopping in. Hoping to make some more content, maybe with the main account like I had mentioned. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you on the other side.